Hi Wim, I was wondering if I could ask you some training advice. Recently, I train BJJ twice a week. I'd love to train more, but right now this is what I can do consistently. And I also try to implement one solo workout per week, usually around Wednesday, which is either lifting weights or doing some form of bodyweight training. And I was wondering, what do you think of this solo workout? Should I do strength training, conditioning, or other forms of workout in order to help my BJJ as well? Thank you for your answer in advance. This is a question I just received from Iles, one of my subscribers, and I think it's a very interesting topic. First of all, if you want to improve jiu-jitsu, or football, or soccer, or climbing, or swimming, whatever, I think the most valuable thing you can do is put more time into that workout. So if you can do 7 days a week of jiu-jitsu, you should do 7 days a week of jiu-jitsu. This being said, is it valuable to supplement your training, and should you supplement your training? Well, first of all, if you cannot train more than twice a week, then yes, it is valuable to do more sports. But even if you can do more trainings a week, let's say, I would say, for example, instead of 7 days of training a week, it would be more valuable to do 5 days of jiu-jitsu a week plus 2 things or something else. Because your body, there is something like diminishing returns. The more time you put into something, the less fast you will improve. So if, for example, if you put 5 days a week in jiu-jitsu, your progress will start to slow down after a while. And if you would put 2 days a week in another skill that can supplement your training, I think you should definitely do this. So the most obvious forms of cross training would be another form of grappling. For example, wrestling, judo, sambo, whatever. Even boxing could be valuable. Yeah. But this being said, I think it should, every single person in the world, even if you, especially if you don't do any sports, you should do weight training. For me, it's the most important injury prevention that exists. Why? Because first of all, it teaches you correct posture, which will improve your everyday life. On top of that, it will also allow your the muscles are our arm around your bones. So if you really get strong muscles, then your bones are protected. You're less prone to injury as well. Another thing, around your 35, I think, your bone density starts to diminish every year, like a certain percentage. So by weight training, you can actually improve your bone density still. And let's be honest, if you get really old, Iles is still young, but if you get older, one of the most common ways people die actually is because you get brittle bones, you break something, go to the clinic, end up in the couch, and then it's a slippery slope of never returning out of the couch and always getting worse. So yes, do weight training. Now, there's a few things that I would say I do not like in the letter. Well, first of all, what do I do like? I do like that Iles says I'm going to train, I have my routine of twice a week. Is 3 times better? Probably. But twice is still better than once a week. So any training you can do is better than nothing, I believe. Even 1 day of training a week is better than 0 training jiu-jitsu, especially if you put your mind to it. Now, on top of that, it does not mean because you cannot train jiu-jitsu more than twice a week, you cannot think about jiu-jitsu more than twice a week. For example, you can watch some instructionals, some of my own, for example. You can watch my YouTube videos of some other people. So there is ways to maximize your training once you are there by knowing what you're going to train and doing that. For something like, for example, allowing my gym. For example, I have my regular classes, but my advanced guys can, for example, come in during my fundamental class and get a corner of the mat and train their own things. And higher belts, purple belts, brown belts, black belts, like my good competitor Shai, for example, he can basically do whatever he likes if he, as long as he consistently trains and in a corner. So this being said, maximize your potential by going to your training and know what you're going to work on. Then, should you train more than a week? You should probably try, yes. And what kind of training should you supplement yourself with? Well, for sure, do some form of weight training. I think calisthenics is very good, really, really good. The only problem is, I think it's quite hard to go very high in high in weight with it, because you're limited to your own body weight. So I'm not an expert in calisthenics, but I really think it's very cool and good if you can do that, but you should ask an expert on that topic. Now, what do I do know is weight training. I myself, I tried various things. A good program to start with for weight training is, what I did was Strong Lift 5x5. It's a very easy, straightforward training. You can use an app on Android at least, probably iPhone as well, and it's very straightforward. You do 3 workouts a week, 5 sets of 5 exercises. And that's it. Now, what I would do recently, I have like a personal coach which sent me a workout every day if I like, or like 3-4 times a week. And I experiment with some things. Initially, I did 3 times a week, and the workouts together was about around 2 hours. And I felt I was too drained around that because of that workout. So then what I did in the end, now I asked to have 5 workouts a week, but only 1 hour. There is some research I read about weight training more than 1 hour, which makes you tired and not good for your hormone balance and actually would diminish your returns. So I would think you should do weight training. Now, is 1 day of weight training enough? It's hard, I think, to make a good program around 1 day of weight training a week. So for me, the most important core exercise in a weight training program are the squat, are the deadlift, are the bench press, the military press, and I forget something, and the bench press. Yeah? And you can supplement that, of course, you should do, I think, with pull-ups and dips. And then you train a full body. Is there other things you can train? Of course, you can do calf training, you can lift your feet. I used to start to do, for my knees, the knees over toes program, which is a very good supplement. So you can do that, like these 5 core exercises, plus supplemented with dips and pull-ups. Now, it's very hard to do it in 1 day. You could, for example, do deadlift and bench press in 1 day, or military press and squats in 1 day. But it would be very hard to do squats and deadlifts in 1 day, and bench press and military press, and it would diminish your returns. So how would you do that? Well, I would say try to aim at least for 2, maybe even 3 workouts a week. That's what I recommend. If it's not possible, then it's another question. Then I would say maybe do like 1 week do this. 1 week, for example, bench press and squat. Other week, you do military press and deadlift. And pull-ups and dips, you can probably do twice. Yeah? Now, is this going to be enough? Well, I don't think it's very good to make a lot of improvement in the muscle area. You get very strong and big. But at the very least, you're going to learn your posture and you're going to improve that. And that will carry over to jiu-jitsu. The most valuable carryover initially with weights comes from the nervous system and from the idea that you maintain your posture. Just by maintaining posture, you already get correct muscle engagement and vector of motion. You improve your jiu-jitsu basically overnight. Yeah? So you look like you improve strength double as much, and actually you didn't gain really muscles. You just recruit more fibers because your brain gets smarter about it, and you use the correct motions. So this will carry over straight away. Will you make gains? That's another topic. Maybe yes, maybe no, might be genetic even. Yeah. Now, what do I do not like about the way you phrase the question? It's like I try to do at least one solo workout, usually around Wednesday. I try usually, and then either body weight or calisthenics or weight training. So it's too many ifs. See, I like routine. You do jiu-jitsu twice a week, super good. Better twice a week than sometimes 3, sometimes 5, and then 1. It's all about routine, yes? And if you pick a routine you can stick on. Better to do twice a week and be consistent than do every day for a week and then don't see you for a month. But then the solo workout doesn't seem to me to be very consistent. You say usually, and so that's something, okay, if you do once a week, then stick to that once a week. Whatever it is. Calisthenics seems maybe to be a very valuable idea, to be honest, because it's only once a week and you can do probably a full body workout, only like the deadlifts will be quite hard to do so. But pull-ups, dips, definitely for sure is good. Squats can also be done. Now, what I do have a problem with is you say I only have time for these workouts. Now, jiu-jitsu, I can believe, because you're tied to your own schedule, you're tied to the schedule of the gym, so maybe you cannot do more. Or maybe offer your coach, like I said, I do for my guys, offer if you can come do some other hours. I don't know if it's possible. You can maybe see if you can work something out. Maybe see if you can have some friend with mat space where you can do some drilling or training on the side. Now, as of the solo workout, I find it hard to believe a person only has 1 moment a week you can do that. For example, when I had my injury on my back, I had a hernia. I did consistently for 2 years in a row, every single day, 1 hour of yoga using yoga for BJJ. Every single day. And I didn't miss a single time. And in 5 years, I fixed my hernia. And I only started doing this like after 3 years in my hernia. So I was really suffering, started doing my yoga for BJJ, 2 years consistently. And I think it's one of the factors that helped me getting rid of my hernia, to work around it. Okay, now, is it possible for you to keep doing this yoga forever? Well, no, because for me it was also like a big effort. I did it at night, like 11 till 12 once I got home. I also like watching television for something, so that's another topic. You always have time. Just replace your television time with a workout. For me, that was the main factor now. Now I like to watch series. I like Star Wars a lot. I like The Mandalorian, all those things. So I need time to watch my series. So what I do now, for example, is I follow the 80-20 rule, which means I try to be 100% consistent in one thing, which is my jiu-jitsu. And all the other things, I try to be 80% consistent. I believe 20% of effort can lead to 80% of results. Yes? So what do I mean with this? For example, yoga, 1 hour a day is a lot maybe for many people. So maybe you only do 20 minutes of yoga. That's what I do now. I do 20 minutes of yoga, of those exercises which I think are the most important. And I think it should be possible for everybody to fit at least 20 minute little workout a day into your routine. You're going to be good for improvement, maybe, but at least for maintenance. Now, can you do calisthenics like this? Of course. I think it's possible to do pull-ups, dips. You can get one of those pull-up stations you hang in your door. Should be possible. Dips, well, maybe if you don't have a dip station, use like a bench or a chair and do your dips, or on the side of your bathtub. All works. There's always options. You can do push-ups. There's many options which you can choose from to do your body weight training. Now, should you, then another topic which also leads out of this question is what is the best thing to supplement with? So I think like for example, weight training is for sure the most important you should go for as a supplementary training. And otherwise, things that carry over a lot are yoga and calisthenics and gymnastics. Why is this? Look, ultimately, jiu-jitsu is the art of moving your own body as economically as possible and trying to use your own body to manipulate and control as economically as possible that of your opponent. So let me rephrase that. Jiu-jitsu is the art of using your own body as economically as possible to control and manipulate the body of an opponent which actually resists. Now, fitness is about manipulating a static weight. Jiu-jitsu is a dynamic weight, your opponent, but both use natural body motions. So ultimately, if you want to understand how jiu-jitsu works, you need to understand how the human body works. And you should also know your potential of your own body. Yes? And the best way to do it is through motion. Once you know how to move your body, and you can actually move your body in the conventional ways, and it becomes easier to understand what you have to control and limit from your opponent, and you also have more information how to do so. So this being said, anytime you move your body in a correct pattern, I think it improves your jiu-jitsu. Now, of course, the whole topic is also decided what is your goal with jiu-jitsu. Is twice a week enough to make improvement? Of course. Is twice enough to win competitions? Depends. Probably at white and blue you can get away with some things, although recently, these years, it becomes very hard. But at the very least, you're not going to be able to win any major championships, or you should be extremely talented. Yeah? But it all depends on your goal. In the end, like I said yesterday also in a video, if I also decided to do jiu-jitsu for the rest of my life, because I do it for the rest of my life, I'm not in a rush, because every day is a chance for improvement. So Iles, I thank you a lot for your question, and I would like to encourage my subscribers to ask questions as well. Because I'm very limited for a moment in what I can film. I still am editing some videos, but highly encourage you to ask me advice on any topic, martial arts related, life related, whatever. If I can find a suitable answer and I think it's interesting, I will for sure use my time to answer it on my channel. Thank you for your attention, and I would like to encourage you to watch some of my other videos, which you can see right now over here. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and even share this video. Thanks a lot and have a great weekend.